Hey everybody, John here, host of Mgtow is Freedom. I've done lots of videos talking about how we deal with women, how we as Mgtow and men, and how we think about women and what goes on and this and that. And I talk about feminists and feminism as this ideology that is corrosive, toxic, destructive, stupid. And then I've talked about social engineering. And I've talked about it very generically, and I've talked about it that way on purpose, because it's pervasive. It's easy to see. It's easy to feel. You know, and I still have people that respond to me or get a hold of me in one way or another, or share the opinion, John, there's no overall agenda. There's not that out there. It doesn't exist. So I found a story. It's called All Male Boards in the U.S. Face Investor Backlash. And this is from ft.com, and I'll put a link in the description for this. They erased it once on me, and I found it again, so I'll try and put a good link in there. And it starts with, Britain's largest asset manager has pledged to start voting against directors at U.S. companies that have failed to appoint a woman to their board, as investors become increasingly frustrated by the continued prevalence of male-dominated boardrooms. April 15th, 2017. Incredible. Let me go on to read a little more. The LGIM, which is the Legal and General Investment Management Group, or corporation, began pushing for better board diversity in the U.S. 7 years ago. Really? Why? Because it's a social engineering program. They want to see more women on boards. Okay, Claire Payne, sounds like a woman to me, says we feel, not think, we feel there really should not be any all-male boards at this stage, as investors have been talking about this for so many years. I haven't heard a single fucking investor in my whole life talk about the need for women on boards. You know what they say? We're an investor. We want a return on investment. We want to make money. We want things to go well. Not only for ourselves, but for the companies and for our nations and the world in general. This is social engineering. Social engineering. Several of the world's largest fund companies, including BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, and Aberdeen, are pressing for greater gender diversity. And that's another article. They're referring to themselves as an article. Okay, they're pressing for greater gender diversity on boards, but have not committed to voting against directors of companies with all male boardrooms. Okay, Helena Morrissey says, blah, blah, blah. She's a leading campaigner for gender equality. Ms. Morrissey will become head of personal investing at LGIM next month. She says if a company doesn't change its board structure, then investors ultimately should vote against at least the chair of the nomination committee. It is bizarre that you would not apply a tougher voting policy. It is a failure. I don't want to go on and read a whole lot more of this, or I'm going to lose my mind, but I may go back to it. Okay. If you want opinions and you're on a board or you're the management for a company and you want opinions, you take a poll. You go to a company that provides customer opinions. If you want ideas, you hire a consultant. If you can't get better ideas to make your company better. But if you want good, sound business decisions made, you hire men. Because men don't go off of feelings. They don't use women's intuition to run a corporation, no matter how big or small. You make sound financial business decisions. They like to think that we're all the same. We're all equal. We're not. We are men and we are women. The reason women are not in positions of power, even after 7, 17, 27, 47 years of putting women in the workplace, is they don't make sound business decisions that make money. They have feelings. They have ideas, right? Fine. Use them. Put people who have ideas in positions where ideas are used. But ideas don't come out of the boardroom. That's where decisions are made. Yet this company, this LGIM, and others like it, have women in there that are pushing for that. That is social engineering. It frosts me bad. It frosts my flakes. It fucking gets my goat. It pisses in my Wheaties to read shit like this. That women are using their collective investing power through these corporations to punish businesses for putting good decision makers in place. And I'm not saying that there aren't women who can or can't make business decisions. I'm sure there are some, but it's a very small percentage, incredibly small, even in the business world. Or they would be, their appearance, their existence would be self-evident. There is no way a woman could sit on a board with great ideas and put them out there, and sit on a board with great concepts and great opinions, as well as making and being part of good business decisions, that she would not be recognized, right? I don't know any men that say, hey, I don't want to hear your fucking idea, or I don't want to hear your decision, or your and keep hearing good things from someone and refuse to acknowledge him based on sex alone, or race, or religion, or anything else. When you're involved in management, when you're involved in business, you see it at the higher levels. Who makes sound, competent decisions? Right? What ideas you bring to a board, or bring to management, or bring to R&D and product development. When people excel, they get those promotions. Because if I were CEO, if I were chairman of the board, I would want to succeed, and therefore I would take those individuals who were providing the best decision-making skills, that were the hardest working, who got there early and went home late, who studied and came to me with facts and data and said, this is what we should do because this is a good decision. That person would get the promotion. Even me, John, Mr. Mgtow, Mr. I don't think women really belong in business. If there is one that has good ideas, good concepts, sound business decisions, in she goes. She will go into that chair. I'm not anti-female, I'm anti-feminist.